Hello everyone, and it is our pleasure to see you again in Sharing Vietnam on NetViet VTC 10. Today in our program we will discuss the issues of developing the industrial zone in Vietnam as well as the Belgium investment into this area. Joining us today is Mr. Reggie Vermeulen, General Director of Đình Vũ Industrial Zone. He will share with us his point of view about these issues. Hello, Mr. Reggie Vermeulen, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, yeah, it's my pleasure to be there with you tonight.
So, after 2 years living and working in Vietnam, what are your impressions about Vietnam?
Well, Vietnam is a very interesting country. It's the first Asian country where I'm living, so it is a new experience for me. I think that the fact of being living in Haiphong allows me even to live Vietnam more deeper, because maybe as difference from Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh, Haiphong, there's not a lot of foreigner. I think that maybe there's 100 Westerner. So we are still living the real Vietnam, which is very enjoyable for me.
So up to now, what are your feelings about your work in Vietnam for Đình Vũ Industrial Zone?
Well, as I said, it's also different coming from other area of the world. Asia has also a particular way of working, a particular culture. When you come from Europe, it's slightly different. So it took me some time to find the way to adapt to the local culture. But I think that now, after 2 years, I'm starting to understand how it works, starting to have my network, my friends, also my business network, which is the most important. So I would say that now, after 2 years, I'm feeling a bit at home and having ease to work in the country.
So, Mr. Reggie, Đình Vũ is considered one of the most successful industrial zones in the north of Vietnam. So could you share a little bit about this?
Well, as explained a bit earlier, Đình Vũ is definitely one of the oldest industrial zones in the north of Vietnam, and definitely in Haiphong. About the success, I think that while choosing the location of this new industrial zone, we paid a lot of attention to find a location that was very strategic in terms of sea access and also interland access. And I think that we have been a bit ahead of the other ones in the sense that this is now the very hot topic, reduction of logistics cost, and at that time it was not. But now, without location, we are perfectly fit to be able to allow our client to have these price reduction and, let's say, operational cost reduction due to their location if they come to Đình Vũ, for sure.
So thank you so much for your very first sharing today. And before moving to the second part, we would like to have a short break, and we want to share with you and with the TV viewers some image about Đình Vũ Industrial Zone in Vietnam.
The Đình Vũ Industrial Zone, or DVIZ, is located in Haiphong. It is a development initiated by a consortium of international companies in close cooperation with the authorities to create new economic opportunities and further thrust Vietnam forward into the rapid globalization phenomenon of the world economy. The Đình Vũ Industrial Zone is an integrated industrial development designed to provide an ideal and solid establishment for international investors to capitalize on the natural resources, skilled labor and tremendous market potential of the Red River Delta region in northern Vietnam, the whole country of Vietnam, as well as its neighboring countries like China, Laos and Cambodia.
Coming back with the talk with Mr. Reggie Vermeulen. So up to you, what are the deciding factors for an industrial zone to attract investment, especially foreign investment, and what are the specific examples of Đình Vũ?
Yeah, I think that there's 3 main areas in the decision of implementing a new plant in Vietnam and in Đình Vũ in particular, in industrial zone. First of all, the logistic. As I was saying, the oil is more and more expensive, so this makes that every movement of good from the location where it's produced to the end customer costs money and more money. So companies are looking for position where they can reduce as much as possible these costs. So for me, the logistic and the so-called interconnection is one of the main criterion for the decision on allocation. The second, I think, is the utilities. When you implement a new plant or construct a new plant, you're never stand alone. You need water, electricity, sewage. All these so-called utilities are crucial for the good operation of a plant. So I think that when you have a zone that can ensure good quality, good access to the utilities, this will also be a good attraction point. And the last point, which I think is very important also for FDI, for investment, is the over-management and the welcoming, let's say, package that we are offering. In the sense that they come from abroad, they don't know Vietnam, they might be a bit afraid of Vietnam, but by having a person in front of them that they can trust or they can believe, they can offer them what we offer, for example, a one-stop service. So that means that we help them not only with their land, but also with talking with the authorities, like HESA is a very good partner of us in Haiphong. By being able to give them an integrated management, they feel comfortable by saying, okay, we are coming there, but they will help us not only for the land, but also to set up our plant and set up our activities later on. So I think that these three factors are the main decision option or just decision choice for any new investment.
Yes, so what do you think about the development of industry and other service in order to support the development of an industrial zone?
Well, there's two aspects in that. You have the pure assistance of the industrial zone, which means the fact of being able to provide to the overall zone the utilities, because even though we as industrial zone provide water, electricity to our client, we need to receive them from somewhere. We do not produce them. And I think that it is very important, and Vietnam is doing a great effort in that for the moment, to be able to provide to the industrial zones in general, not only us, reliable utilities. So, for example, electricity has been a challenge in the past, and thanks to the great effort of the Vietnamese government, we're having more and more electricity. It is more and more produced and available for the clients. So this is one aspect. The second aspect is the service to our client. So once we have a client in the zone, he needs also raw material. He needs also to be able to receive his product for his own production. And I think this is the supporting industry. This is very wide. It depends on which area you're talking to, automotive, steel, all that have different chains of supply.
Mm-hmm. So when we develop the industrial zone, we always have to think about protection the environment and some issues concerning labor. Yeah. So what do you think about this?
Environment is a very hot topic, and I must say, as young and looking forward to the future, I think it is very important that our leaders in general pay a lot of attention to that. We at DinVu have been, for example, implementing wastewater treatment up to European standard. So we have been also putting a lot of effort in this environment thing. And what we are trying to do going forward is that, as I say, more and more company, not only government but company, are looking at the impact they have on the environment, and they are requiring from the location where they set up their plant special attention on that. And we are about to launch now a new principle of so-called Pharma City. What we would like to do is to be able to concentrate a type of industry, in this case the pharmaceutical industry, and being able to offer to them the treatment of their waste, because pharmaceutical industry, for example, is doing a lot of waste and special waste that need to be treated on a very special way. So we are teaming up with one of the leaders of the treatment of medicine waste to be able to offer to these clients special attention and special solution for their waste. In terms of job, I think that's a bit like the environment. The social impact and the social responsibility of a company is very important. So we encourage our client, and we do it ourselves, to give decent salary to their employee, decent area to eat, potentially to live, because I think that this is the best way to push a region and Vietnam towards the future and to our better life for all his citizens.
Thank you so much, Mr. Radke, for those valuable sharing. And now we will share with you a short clip about the industrial zone and Belgium investment into Vietnam.
To become an industrial nation requires a highly developed industry in terms of production capacity, technology, as well as organizational form of production. The experiences of many developed countries and the reality of Vietnam's development have shown that the organization of industrial production, which is concentrated in industrial zones, has brought tremendous effect, not only for industrial development but also for the whole socio-economic development of each country. It can be said that the development of industrial zones is one of the motivations of industrialization and modernization in Vietnam.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Mr. Radke, so what is your evaluation about the development of industrial zone in Vietnam and also Belgium investment in Vietnam?
Well, Belgium investment is growing. We are not a big country worldwide, let's be honest, although we are the capital of Europe. But I see a great future. We have a very active ambassador for the moment who's pushing a lot for the investment, which is very great for both of our countries, Belgium and Vietnam. Furthermore, a bit later this year, we'll have the visit of our Crown Prince, who will visit Vietnam on an economical mission. So I think this will be really a boost for the relation between Vietnam and Belgium, and personally I'm very looking forward for this event in order to strengthen some relation and hopefully close a lot of deals between now and the moment of the visit of the Prince.
So what will be the future plan, the development strategy of Dinh Vũ industrial zone in Vietnam?
Well, we are always looking for expansion in the sense that we are selling land, so we have a certain quantity of land and we don't want to stop at the initial plot we have. So now we are actively working with the authorities of Haiphong and Heza to assess together the opportunities of expansion towards the south, towards possible the project of La Cuyenne or other neighborhood areas. So definitely we see a great future for us. I think that the name of Dinh Vu now, since 15 years, is a well-known name and is starting to be recognized as a very trustful and very strategic location. So we want to continue to capitalize on all the effort we did in the past years.
So we are at the beginning of 2012. So on this occasion, what would you like to talk to our TV viewer, and what will be your expectation for the year 2012?
Well, after year 2011 a bit difficult, I hope that 2012 will be much more successful. What I want to wish to all your viewers is good success in life, in business, and definitely with their family. And as we say in my country, I want to wish to all of you bonne année and a prachtig nieuwjaar.
Thank you so much once again for taking your time and joining us in Sharing Vietnam.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for receiving me.
We wish you and your company a great success in 2012.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your watching, and we hope to see you next time.